Discussion on session floor on the latest budget proposal was once again delayed. Majority Leader Senator Rory Respicio.
Madam Speaker, as you're aware, we are working tirelessly as a legislative body regarding the moving forward on the substitute bill 269-32, which is the FY 2015 budget. And so there is consensus, Madam Speaker, and the consensus is that we remain in recess until 9 a.m. Monday morning.
And in the time the substituted budget bill was introduced on Tuesday, a pair of bills were introduced by the Republican minority. Senator Brant McCready introduced Bill 389.
Basically, funds the remaining 50% of the law enforcement pay adjustments. I think it's something long overdue, and it's something that the police department and law enforcement agencies deserve.
Bill 389 would appropriate $10 million from Section 30 funds to the government of Guam for the law enforcement payment. Senator Chris Duane says Bill 390 would also appropriate from those funds.
It takes this $5 million of the $15 million and appropriates it for the purposes of making sure that we stay to our commitment of promised compensation and give our hardworking government employees the additional 50% to make it 100% of the pay raises that were instituted.
If these two proposals sound familiar, it's because the governor this week in a special address noted he was working with senators to introduce these exact bills to pay for law enforcement pay adjustment and the Hay salary increases. But according to Speaker Judy Wampat, it's also familiar for another reason.
First of all, of course, those two bills really actually came out of Bill 309, which is former Senator Ben Pangilinan bill that everyone fought against, was passed and then vetoed, and it's the same language. And so the good thing about it, of course, is being recognized, and that's the most important thing.
Bill 309, as you recall, set to prioritize the uses of any excess Section 30 revenues to include fully funding Hay pay raises, hiring more police officers, and renovating George Washington High School. The bill passed straight down party lines and was eventually vetoed by the governor. Both Duenas and McCready had requested to waive the public hearing and discuss their bills in this legislative session.
Bill 309 was a bit different, and it did get a lot of opposition. So I don't think you'll see this bill getting much opposition, and I hope there's no opposition in this branch of government, especially since everyone now seems to be a public safety senator.
Wampat says everyone is on board with the intent of the measure, but adds there are still other things to consider.
And it is definitely, you're not going to get anyone arguing, against having to pay the competitive wage and to pay for the law enforcement, personnel.
Both McCready and Duenas say they are willing to do what it takes to get these efforts through, which include adding the bills to the substitute budget.
I am open to it. I would like to join with our Democrat colleagues and actually do this as an amendment into the budget if they'd like to do that.
Wampat adds lawmakers will continue to meet even through the weekend. Adding another substituted version of the budget bill could possibly be presented on Monday. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.